Okay, so Java versions we already understand it. So now JDK, how to install. So features of Java. Why Java is that much popular? Because of its features only Java was that much popular. Okay, see here some features. Java first feature is object oriented fashion. So Java is supports object oriented fashion. That means every program we will write in object oriented fashion. That means classes, we create a classes for class for student, class for faculty, every particular entity we will create a class that consisting of data and functions. So it is the most powerful feature of Java. So because of I already tell that we know that it is purely object oriented, that is all the code of the Java language is written into the classes and objects. So for this feature Java is most popular, and it supports the reusability, maintainability, everything. So because directly you can move to the, for example, I want to add an attribute the student. So how can I add an attribute to the student? I will search for student class. I will open the student class and I will add some attributes. So that gives the maintainability. So that's why Java is one of the important feature, that is object oriented. It supports object oriented fashion. Next, and it is robust and secure. Robust and secure. I already told what is object oriented. I already tell now in previously. So now the second feature of Java is robust and secure. What is robustness? Robust means strong. Generally robust means strong. How can you say Java is a robust language? So if there is no errors, then only it will create a bytecode for you. Otherwise it will not be create any bytecode for you. So that means reliability. So it gives the reliability. At the same time, in C language, some codes you will write some code after written, still it is going to be execute. But in Java it won't execute that type of codes. That's why it gives robust. Secure. For example, how can I say Java code is secure? Java has the internal antivirus program will be there. So that's why whatever application we developed in Java, so that will not be virus affected. There will not be any threats for that particular code or the application. Okay, so that is the two things. And I will explain you the robust and secure feature, the basic difference between C and Java. For example, if you take the C language, in C language there was a multiple platforms or multiple environments to execute. Multiple platform means we know that, for example, take C language. Okay? C language. In C language, I have an environments. I have different environments like Turbo, Shell. There are lots of environments are there. I will consider one particular environment, that is Turbo, and I will take this particular software. I will write a project on this particular software in Windows operating system. Windows is one of the operating system. Similarly, I have a shell in Linux to write the programs of C language. So first and foremost thing, you will write any program using the extension. I am telling regarding a C language because I want to compare with Java. Any program in C language is extension with .c. For example, my program name is A dot C. It will be understood by whom? Human. Human means the developer who develops the program. Human will write the A.C program or project. So whenever we compile the program using Alt plus F9, Alt plus F9, it will convert it to which file? A dot object file. A dot object file. So this file will be understood by whom? Operating system. Which operating system? Windows here, because we written this particular program in Windows operating system. Later, so this particular file will not be understood by human. It will be because of it is in the form of some symbols, some mnemonic codes or symbols. It will be only understood by operating system. Next, whenever we execute the program using an option in Turbo, we have another option called Control plus F9. So what happens then? You can get another file called a.exe, executable file. So this file will be understood by whom? By machine. So that means there are three different types of files that was generated in C language. After compilation and after execution, there will be another file is also generated, that is backup file. Okay, so for example, this is a project. I want to give this particular project to my friend. How can I give to my friend? So this is the code. Code will not be given to my friend directly. If I give this particular program to my friend, then he will see my entire program. So I will not give this particular file. I am trying to give this particular file. So if I give this particular file to my friend, but he is using the other operating system and other software for C language, so it will not be executed, or it will not be understood by this operating system. Or for example, I am trying to give, you know that what is a exe file? Executable file. Directly you can double click and run it. So if I want to give this particular file to my friend, he is using other operating system like Linux, still it is not going to be executed, because of C language is platform dependent, or C++ is platform dependent. So there is no security of the code. So I have to give this complete file to my friend. He will execute and compile in his own environment. Then again there was two files that was generated in that particular operating system. So that's why we can say it is platform dependent. So in the same, there is no code security. If you talk the security, concept of security, there is a no security. I have to give the entire program. In the same case, if it is Java, there is a security. How can I say there is a security? For example, if it is a Java is platform independent, because of there is no particular software regarding a Java. If you install the JVM, Java virtual machine in your system, then no need to go for software. Okay, the same thing, the same security concept are I am going to explain you in the Java. So I have two platforms like Windows platform. One is Windows platform, another one is Linux platform. If I execute a program, I return a program using the extension of .java, a.java for example. Previously we go for a.c. This is the project I developed, for example. Whenever I compile this particular program using Java-C, what is Java-C? Java-C is a tool. It is a compiler tool. It is a compiler tool. So I will compile this particular program using Java-C. Then I have a file, not an object file, a dot class file will be created. Class file will be created. So this class file will be created only if the program has no errors. If the program has no errors, that means reliability or robustness. Robust, we are understanding the feature of robust. What is robust? Robustness means, so whenever there is no errors in this particular program, then only it creates a class file. But in C language it is different, because C language is not robust. And after this class file was created, that means reliable file was created. If you having a JVM environment, you can use the interpreter. Java is a Java interpreter that creates .exe file dynamically. That means exe file will not be visible to you. It only appeared at runtime. That means whenever you run the program, it will become and it will be automatically disappear. So that's why you can only find these two files in the folder. You cannot find exe file. If you want to create a exe file, you need some tools. Okay, so you understand there is two things. One is compilation, it gives the robustness. Another one is exe file. So this particular file you can give to any other environment like Linux or Unix or Solaris, any operating system, Solaris, Macintosh, any particular operating system, this is going to be executed. This will not be understood, this will be understood by OS, and this will be understood by mission. Okay, so Java programs can be write one. There was a slogan called WARA, write once, run anywhere. Write once, run anywhere. So that means if you develop any particular project or the Java files, once compiled, the class file will be given to any other particular operating system, because that is the one of the feature, that is the goal of the James Gosling. So that is the project called Green Team, we discussed in the history. Okay, so let me clear it, and we are moving to understand another feature. We understand it is reliable, means robust, reliable, object oriented, and secure. Secure, I already told why it is secure, and it also having the internal antivirus will be written. No particular virus will be affected to the Java programs, and it is distributed. How can I say this Java language is distributed? So generally Java programs or Java projects we developed using client server based applications. All the web applications or Windows applications, once we write the logic, that will be distributed to the clients. I already explained in the previous slide. So it will create the bytecode. The bytecode will be given to any particular environment. It will be executed. So that's why it is a distributed. Once again, we will see with an example how it is distributed. For example, I have a server program. I develop a server program in Java. I develop a server program in Java. This server program is installed in any server, and I have a clients. Nothing but other computers like this. I have 4 or 5 computers like this. These all computers are connected in a network. That means these all are in a particular network. So I created another program called client program. This program will be installed in each and every computer. Whenever a request is made to the server program, the server program will distribute the logic and gives the result to the client. Any computer in the network makes the request, it gives exact response to the computer. That's why the logic of this particular server program is distributable. That means you can distribute applications in Java. Okay. So let me go for another feature. So Java is also known as simple, small and familiar. How can I say Java is simple and it is small and familiar? So I can say Java is simple because it grabs only the important or best concepts from C and C++. That's why Java is simple. And it is small. For example, if you consider C language, there are nearly 14 different data types we are using. In C++, we have 16 different data types we are using, but we can only remember 6 different data types in Java and 2 more new data types. Totally 8 data types we will remember in Java to store the data. Okay, so here it is a simple language because it consists many features of other languages like C and C++, and Java removes the complexity. That means complex concepts was removed because does not have pointers. If you consider the C language, pointers will not be there in C language, in Java. That was removed. Storage classes is not there. Similarly, if you consider the C++, there is a no concept like inline functions. There is a no concepts like friend functions. Okay, multiple inheritance will not be supported by C language, while C++ will support. Okay, so if you're talking like this, there are lots of things. That's why it is simple, small and more familiar. So you can easily understand through a graph. For example, if you take this particular graph, like I have a C language consisting, you can develop any projects using C language, as well as by using C was developed. All features of C will be there in C++ also. The difficult concepts of C and C++ was removed and Java was created. created. That's why it is simple, small and simple. It is simple, small and familiar. Okay. Okay. Next, another important feature of Java is multi-threaded and interactive. Why we are called this is multi-threaded and interactive? What is multi-threaded? We know that every operating system supports multitasking. Multitasking means two or more programs will be executed, two or more tasks will be executed simultaneously. You people already know. So for example, in operating system, I can play music, at the same time I will write the program. So that is not the case, but I am telling two different tasks running at a time is nothing but multitasking. So Java supports multi-thread. Thread means you can create your own threads, nothing but own modules. All the modules will be run simultaneously for the purpose of, what is the major purpose for the multi-threading means I can divide a particular program into groups, into parts, different parts. I will run all the different parts simultaneously at a time. So that is the main goal of multi-threaded. So I will explain you clearly with examples whenever we are going to discuss multi-threading. And it was more interactive because of it supports various GUI components. CUI, and CUI means common user interface and GUI means graphical user interface. So that's why it is supported multi-threading and more interactive. So it is dynamic and executable of code. I already tell why it was dynamic. The program will use the exe file dynamically. I can create any particular object dynamically. By writing a program, I can create a car object dynamically. Dynamic means this car, the object of this particular car is having some memory. This memory is only created whenever the program is under execution. So this object will disposed whenever my program is come out of from running state. That's why Java is dynamic. And you can also having the another feature that is extensible of code. So extensible of code means for example, a company, in a particular company, some programmers is developed the application of Java, one Java application. So for example, it was developed in 2017. The application was developed in 2017. Later in 2020, the client of this particular application want to give you other features to this particular program. Then the programmers will extend the code, will extend this particular code, some more code, for providing features to the client in 2020. So that means extensible of code will be supported in Java. Okay, next. So it is distributed. I already tell that in applications, like for example, I have a web server. I can create a web application. This application can be accessed anywhere in the entire world. If you having a browser, you make a HTTP request, you are getting HTTP response back. So that means using Java you can create in web applications and distributed applications. Through web applications you can write web services using simple object access protocol, SOAP protocol. You can call the web service. We will discuss detailedly whenever the web services concept come. So that leads to distributed application. Next, you can also create your own libraries called packages. You can create your own packages. Packages is nothing but the libraries. Okay, so you can create your own packages in Java, and that will be created as a .jar file. This jar file will be given to any other person. He will use remotely or he will use in his projects. So that means it is also distributable. The packages concept we will understand whenever the package concept comes. So that's why it is distributed. Okay. So Java program or Java is another important feature, that is architectural neutral. Architecture neutral we already understand. That means once Java program was written, it will be executed in anywhere. So that means the bytecode will be executed anywhere because of it is neutral for all architectures. All architectures means every operating has its individual configurations, individual hardware configuration and software configuration. Still, once the .class file was created, it will be accessible any architecture. Any architecture means if you take once the .class file will be created, .class file will be created, it can be accessible in Windows operating system, in Linux operating system, in Solaris operating system, Macintosh operating system, even Android operating system, even Unix operating system. Every this particular bytecode, whatever bytecode is there, this bytecode can be accessible in all the operating systems. Okay, that's why it is architectural neutral. Architecture neutral means it will be neutral, it will not be changed. Okay, and it is portable. We know that Java is a portable language because of its data types, and it also, once the project was created or application was created, it will be within MBs only, not in GBs. So you can easily move the particular project in flash drives like pen drive. Like pen drives, you can collect this particular file. You can easily move, you can easily carry on your project anywhere. So you can say Java is portable. Okay, Java applications are portable. Okay, next, it is interpreted. Already I tell that what is interpreter. Interpreter will see line by line of code. Whatever there in the memory, it will see. Java has its own interpreter to interpret its program using JVM in Java Virtual Machine. Unlike most of the programming languages which are earlier either compiled or interpreted, Java is having both compiler and interpreter. I already tell that. So Java file will be compiled and converted to .class file, that is nothing but the bytecode. This bytecode is only executable in JVM environment, Java Virtual Machine. So because in that particular virtual machine we have an interpretation will be done. Okay, it gives the improved security. It also gives very high performance while compared to other languages. It gives the high performance. I will show you whenever we are running a programs how it is giving the high performance while compared to other languages. So it is platform independent. Finally, very important feature is platform independent. I already tell that it is the main goal of James Gosling. The main goal of James Gosling is platform independent for running the programs. The program which gives the bytecode that will be executed in any platform. Platform means operating system. So that is regarding different features of Java and various data types that was there in Java we will understand.